Hi, it's Shelly with Gilbert Marketplace. How you guys doing today? We're going to take these gnomes and make them nicer. I'm also going to do a cute little gnome in here. So we'll do this little project. You can pick these up both at the Dollar Tree. We'll need to remove this from our dome. I noticed my dome is scratched. Has like a little line. It's not broken, but it's scratched. So I'm gonna make sure that that's in the back when we do our project. But let's start with these. We'll just cut this off and pull them through. Now you got 2 of them for $1. You couldn't beat that. Let's pull out the stick. And then we're going to just pull this hat off. And so we're going to get that off, just kind of pry that off. They got it glued on and it's kind of really glued, but that's all right. You can still yank it off. Okay, now we got that off. I'm going to yank this nose off too. This is ugly. Okay. All right. So now what we have is a beard. Now they put it on styrofoam, and the funny thing is now it just kind of gives you another idea. This is actually a piece of egg styrofoam, so you could actually make this yourself and then make a little hat. We're going to cut this down. I'm going to just whack off about this much. So we're just going to cut it like that so that his snowflake is a little too close. So I'm going to try to pull that off and see if this works. Oops, I ripped it. That's all right. We're going to try not to do that. Okay, and I'm going to move that up. Now we'll just be gluing that down a little bit better. The glue must have been right on that edge. I'm going to cut off the extra glue there, and I'm going to move it up just so that the snowflake, if you can see, is just up a little higher. And since we pulled this off, we'll have to glue it on a little bit separately. And that's okay. You know, when you craft, not everything works out the way you want. Hey, that's life, right? Sometimes things just don't happen the way we want, but you adapt. All right, no big deal. We're just, well, it helps to get it in the spot you want it. Okay, so I got that right on there. I see they did some glue stuck on here. Like I said, these aren't too quality, let's put it that way. But we're gonna make it look better. Okay, so now I'm gonna open this back up. So we're gonna use this hat. And you can see they sewed it a little, it's coming undone, so we're just gonna put a little glue there too. Okay, now that I feel like I've demolished this, well, we're gonna make it better. Okay, now I'm going to take this and I'm going to open it up, and this is where the stick was, obviously, and I just have some scrap wood, and this is just gonna help it so it stands straight. And we're gonna just glue that onto the bottom, okay? So that will, you know, help it stand a little straight. This one appears to be a little bit too tall, but it's okay. I would have liked a little bit shorter piece of wood. You know what would be good is you could use those Jenga blocks, and that way you could keep adding them if you needed. Okay, and then I'm gonna put the hat back on, but I'm going to glue that, whoops, geez. We're gonna glue this just back on, just like this. And I'm gonna put a little dot of glue in the back, okay, to start with. I'll just put a little dot, and we'll get that part on first, okay? So we got that on, and now we can kind of see where we have at the beginning. Now I'm gonna upgrade it to this wood nose, so I'm going to put a little glue in the center where I would put my wood nose. And we're going to, ouch, burn yourself, no. And then we're going to pull this just a little bit more around his nose, okay? So just like that. So you can see we've got it over there. Now I have a little extra space, so I'm just gonna add a little glue and pull down on it so that we're not, you know, seeing up under there. And I don't know why I really like the wood noses better. I don't know, people are still crazy fans about these gnomes. You know, they're all right. I make a ton of them, I sell a ton of them. They're not my favorite, to be honest, but they are cute. All right, so now he stands. So basically he's like a, you know, real live gnome there. Well, I wouldn't say real live, but he'll stand up, you know? So what my thought was, since I think he's gonna be too tall for our dome, he is. So I'm going to take the hat and I'm gonna bend it and glue it over. Let's just put a little glue here, and we'll just kind of fold his hat, just like that. Just kind of hold it down for a second here. All right. Now I have this one that is to that point, okay? And with the wood little block, he's gonna stand right in there. And then I'm going to find where this was cracked. I'm gonna put it in the back. Look how cute that is. Now, at the top, I wanted to add a little embellishment. You know what, I forgot my embellishment. So you could add a wood ball to give it like a little top so it would look more like a dome. Or you could use your cotton ball, you know, to give it a little finished look. But I'm gonna use a bell. Give me 1 second, I'm gonna grab that because for some reason I forgot it. That doesn't happen too often. Sorry about that, guys. I had taken it outside. That's what happened to paint it. Shh, Rocky. Good boy. Be good boy. Okay, and I'm going to put a little bell on there. Now, this does have that metal. And you can see I didn't really do too good of a paint job to miss some of the silver on the bottom. But I'm going to use these wire clippers that aren't very sharp to cut it down. There we go. Okay, and there we go. So I got that off so it will make it a little smoother. And I painted it black just because my base is black, but you could paint it. Right now, black, white, and gray is so popular. So you could paint it any color you want, but I think I'm gonna use the silver. And since my bell is not covered with black, I'm going to do that right now. I missed the bottom for some reason. You know, I usually don't like to make people wait watching me paint because everyone knows how to paint. But I missed this whole thing, so I don't want to glue it on there if it isn't right. You know, you could make this like more rusty too. And we could add a little cinnamon on there to make it like a rusty bell. But I think I'm just gonna do black just because chalk paint works great, but spray paint's faster. So most of the time I spray paint it if I can. We're gonna give this a second to dry without banging it. Sometimes we just wanna move so quickly. I just hate to waste people's time. I know when I watch videos, I'm always like, be quiet, get to the point. So that's what I try to do. All right, so I'm just gonna put a glob of hot glue and a glob of hot glue on there, and I'm gonna put that right on the top. And that's gonna be like your little, you know, cloche. They call these cloches. Look how cute that is, right? I could add a little snow in there if I wanted or whatnot, but I just think that's the most adorable little gnome. way of deciding to use it. And you can like just leave it separate if you don't want it in a cloche. It's super cute too. Just by pulling these apart and upgrade them a little bit. He really isn't that bad like this. I mean, some of these are pretty rough, but this one's not very bad. It's pretty cute. Well, I hope you enjoyed my quick tutorial on making this gnome a redo and turning it into a cloche. Everyone, it's Shelly with Gilbert Marketplace. Follow me on Home Talk, or you can find me also on Facebook. If you push the subscribe button, you'll see every time I upload a new video. If you hit the bell, it will notify you. Hey, thanks for watching and have a wonderful afternoon.